Port Adelaide faithful, thanks to Oak Plus, it was a bittersweet end to our season with a 43-point victory over Freo. We're here with co-captains TJ and Ollie. Boys, after a rough week last week and the results didn't go our way throughout the round, how did you get the mindset right going into today's game?
We spoke pretty early in the week about regardless of what we had to play for, whether it was a dead rubber or we had an opportunity to make finals, you go out there and you're a competitive beast, and that's how you get to this level. And when that ball bounces, you look at the bloke next to you and you want to beat him. And if there's people in our group that don't have that mindset, then we don't really want them around. And I thought the boys went out there and did exactly that.
It seemed like the boys really wore their heart on their sleeve today. There was a lot of emotion out there with the crowd as well.
Yeah, definitely. It's a long season for us. It starts in November, and to put everything into a season and not to make finals, it is disappointing. But look, we're looking at the positives. Our younger players coming through, the guys more senior that have developed their game this year and gone to a new level. So obviously we're incredibly disappointed at the time, but you've got to look to the future and the positives.
Well, let's look at some of those positives, because the draftees this year, the improvement of guys like Carl Amon and Dan Houston and Pete Laddams in the last couple of rounds being around. I mean, really, they are the shining lights of the season for us.
Yeah, you can point out probably a dozen blokes that have come on in leaps and bounds. You didn't mention, Darcy Byrne-Jones, Riley Bonner, Tommy Cleary. You get Ryan Burton, Scotty Lycett in, and then I think probably the proudest thing from Ollie and I's perspective is, although things didn't go to plan this year and we had some tough weeks, we've stuck together really closely as a group, and that's from AFL all the way through to the Magpies. And probably this time last year we weren't as well connected, and we're really proud of that, and we're going to push the Maggies and and support them all the way through to a grand final, hopefully.
27,500 believers out there today, and really right at the end of the game, the PA stopped working, but they were as loud as any time I'd heard them during the season. Does that buoy your spirits?
Yeah, definitely. Our performance last week probably warranted them not showing up, but for them to come out today and support us. They're with us through thick and thin, and we're doing our best to represent them and the football club the best we can. And look, there's no doubt we're hurting incredibly at the moment, but we've got to get over that pretty quickly and start our 2020 campaign.
Well, one thing we can look to in the next couple of weeks is the Maggies. They are in a qualifying final next weekend, a qualifying showdown final. Are you guys going to get around them?
Absolutely. I think the expectation will be that everyone's there watching them like they watch us every single week. So I think they've got a great balance of young blokes and those that have played sort of 3 and 4 years of footy, and then also being led by Jack Trengrove and Cam Sutcliffe. So I'm really excited. And
you spoke, Ollie, about 2020. How do we now steel ourselves for that campaign?
Oh, obviously we've got to rest at the moment. There's a lot of guys that probably need a good month off for their bodies, bit of surgery, but there's no doubt the boys are as hungry as ever to get going, and the young talent we've got coming through is going to be so exciting next year. So we'll let it hurt for now, but we'll get our focus on 2020 soon.
We can't wait to see him back out on the track in 2020. Co-captains Tom Jonas and Ollie Wines, thanks so much.